It's like, come on. My God. Anyway, let's get to what's actually really important. Someone out here is mourning the loss of a family member, and lots of us out here, fans who really enjoy the Migos music, as you guys know, I do. It's one of my intros, has been, and will remain. Yeah, Takeoff is gone, guys. Takeoff, one third of the Migos. He was let's see. Takeoff, one third of the Migos, is dead after an early morning shooting in Houston. TMZ Hip Hop has confirmed. Law enforcement sources and multiple witnesses tell us the fatal incident went down shortly after 2:30 a.m. I guess that's Houston time, which was 3:30 East Coast. That's when cops got the call for a man shot at a bowling alley called 810 Billiards and Bowling in Houston. There's one of the pictures. Poor guy. Mm-mm-mm. We're told Takeoff and Quavo were there playing dice when a altercation broke out, and that's when someone opened fire, shooting Takeoff either in the head or near his head. He was pronounced dead at the scene. And you see the blood. It's awful. TMZ Hip Hop has obtained footage from the scene, and you can see Quavo in the orange shirt and others gathered around Takeoff. At first, they tried to move him, but then put him back down, and Quavo yelled for someone to get help. Police tell us that 2 other people were shot and were taken to the hospital in private vehicles. It's unclear what their conditions are. Quavo was not injured. Just a couple of hours before the shooting, Takeoff posted a selfie from the bowling alley. Quavo had posted video earlier in the night, driving around Houston with Jay Prince, who was celebrating his birthday. Takeoff, whose real name is Kirshnik, Kari Ball, was the youngest member of Migos. Quavo was his uncle and Offset his cousin. They came together as a group in 2008 in Georgia and became multi-platinum hit makers, dropping their first major hit, Versace, in 2013. They would hit number 1 on Billboard in 2016 with Bad and Bougie. Most recently, Quavo and Offset had released a project, was the duo, had released a project as the duo, Unk and Few. They had just released their latest music video, Messy, on Monday. Takeoff was 28, RIP, and it's still a developing story. So, I mean, just really sad news. It's awful. I can't even I can only imagine. I can't imagine. It's terrible. It's unfortunate, there's always a hater in the mist. It's unfortunate. So, yeah, really sad. And the boldness of it all, we don't know what happened, and obviously the people that were there do. But the boldness of someone to actually shoot you dead, and obviously shot 2 other people right in front of friends and family. So you're there celebrating a birthday. Whatever happened, and the person who shot him literally shot him in front of his uncle, and then the 2 other people who were shot, which we don't know who they were, but obviously I guess they felt like getting them to the hospital, maybe they could, I mean, I don't know if he was dead like almost instantly, then I guess to put people in other vehicles and get them to the hospital. I guess it just made sense. I don't know. It's awful. It's awful. I can only imagine. The family must be devastated at this point. So just shocking that this just happened some hours ago. So anyway, it's really sad to be in the company of what you think is friends, only to find out that there was someone who was only just one decision away from snuffing your life out. That's kind of scary thought. So keep your friends close. I don't even know if it's to keep your enemies closer, because you never know. That might have been a bad strategy at that point. Who knows what the actual relationship was and what the thought process was. But this person was definitely, obviously, in the midst. And so whether they were part of the folks that were celebrating, maybe somebody who worked at the place, or somebody who was partying it next group over, who knows. But apparently this person was able to get close enough to be able to shoot 3 people, kill 1. Yes, poetess. Yeah. They were at a birthday party. They were celebrating Jay Prince, and apparently they were shooting dice, and the story just proceeds with, and the person shot Takeoff and 2 others, and they were rushed. 2 people were rushed to the hospital in private vehicles, and Takeoff died at the scene with his uncle, Quavo. So yeah, very sad, right? Very sad. People don't like, it's, I don't know what it is, the difference between dice and cards too. I think, when you're gambling, it is very personal. And I think part of shooting dice and even playing cards, some people are silent card players, but some people do like to talk mess while they play cards, particularly like tunk and spades. It just depends on, your group. But some people are silent card players. But dice, I think, comes with a culture of kind of a little bit of talking shit, and you never know how it went. You never know how it went. People take that shit so personally, especially when you're talking mess. But yeah, RIP to Takeoff. Very, very, very sad news. So I guess just keep your eye on it. It's a developing story. I'm sure more information will come out. I'm sure all parties involved, videos, everything. The Houston police are probably getting the whole entire download of everything that happened. And I just hope that whatever violence happened here will stop there, because, no one needs a perpetuation of that violence out on the streets. But I'm sure that there's some very unhappy people right now. And it's very unfortunate, right? But yeah, girl. So last night,